This is a test for mixing a thing. Welcome back to another Bay Knows Bad Bakes. Today, sweet potato brownies. I am curious about the sweet potato brownie. I'm not sure I'm 100% convinced, but I would like to be. Now, the recipe calls for, like a war cry, for medium sweet potatoes, which have to be chopped and cubed and roasted, so many steps, for 35 minutes before we can blend them with everything else. Potatoes. Peeling. Should I get a bowl? Should I get a bowl for my peelings? What do you think? Maybe I'm talking to myself too much. No, not enough. Okay, you know what? Most of it is going in the bowl. This is mostly an efficient system. Okay, I finished peeling and I'm already hot. This bodes really, really well. Then cubed. What size cubes? I mean, well, that's definitely not a cube, but you know what I mean. In the new world, these shall be known as cubes. I can smell mango. Maybe I'm going mad. Going. Alright, 4 medium sweet potatoes chopped into cubes and now to be roasted before brownies. Oh, I'm gonna do this thing that I keep seeing on the internet that the kids do and turn it into roasted sweet potato. Magic. They look a bit dry. It didn't say to roast them with anything, so I hope they're okay. Now I get to blend again. Blend again. Da, 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 da. Jurassic Park theme, always appropriate. The food processor returns from above. Now, my recipe is here. For the brownie part of the brownies, it's basically the sweet potatoes and oats, dates, ground almonds, cacao powder, maple syrup, and coconut oil, all in this guy. I guess I just measure it all in there and blend. Nope, shouldn't use that. Spoon! I have a spoon, and I like the spoon. I don't know why I'm still brandishing this.
Spoon! I have a spoon, and I like the spoon.
How many oats? How many individual oat flakes? That would suck. Aha! 1.5 cups. I'm coming to like the cups. Given my initial reticence with the cups, I picked a recipe by Bosch. Bosch. Because I enjoy the name, I enjoy the recipes. Also, they're British, but still, the cups. I give up. I give in. The cups are sovereign. What next? Pin required for additional security. 10 dates. It says medjool, which I think is fancy dates, but I got generic because Asda. Dates. My 1.5 cup team again for the ground almonds. I hope I have enough. I'm not sure this blender is big enough, but this is like your average size blender. It's looking full. That's definitely not a whole full cup. Oh, and so it begins. Cocoa powder, cacao, cocoa, cookie. We had this in the cupboard already, so I didn't buy any more, and I need 1 cup. I'm pretty sure I also need it for the icing. And I wonder why my bakes turn out wrong. Okay, well, If we count what's on the counter, that's 1 cup. Gonna have to improvise for the icing. There's a tiny little bit left in the wrapping. We'll save that for the icing. I still have my maple and carob, which was not great in the bread, but this is a sweet recipe. This is meant to be sweet, so it'll be fine. 5 tablespoons of coconut oil. Again, running low on this. Hope there's enough. You know what's better than hope? Buying stuff. There's some rice in here from when I used it for a stir fry. Gross. Okay, well, I lost the rice. I think it's going in the brownies. I got 3 tablespoons out of it. Rapeseed. Oil is oil, right? That's all the ingredients for the brownies, which is a good thing because I don't think any more could fit in there. Here goes nothing. Okay, well, some of it is blended. I'm just gonna give it a little mix-a-roo. The recipe did say if your mixture seems too thick, add 1/3 cup of water into it. It's definitely very thick. We're gonna put 1/3 cup of water. It is allowed by the recipe. We are still on track. Everything is cool. Okay, well, it's not actually moving. Okay, it smells like, you know when a blade is going too fast, that kind of smell. But it's the speed ordained by the mixing machine. The food processor, I know what it's called. No, it doesn't smell like chocolate, it smells like mechanical burn. That is gonna have to do. I can still definitely see chunks of sweet potato in here. I don't know if it's meant to be chunky, I'm very confused. Let's give this raw potatoey goodness a taste. It's very adult, if that makes sense. I think because there's no sugar. It's good though. It's telling me to pour it, so it's for sure too thick. Into a baking tray. I don't think I have one of those. We're gonna go for this one with the thing. Yes. As per, not even remotely flat on the top. But this now has to go in the oven for 45 minutes. So it's been I am broken. It's been 45 minutes that the brownie has been in the oven. I call it brownie because it's in a loaf tin, so I'm treating it as one uber brownie as opposed to separate brownies. Hopefully it will separate. Shall we see what's happened to it? Okay, well, it's mostly cooked and a little bit burnt on the top. I did smell a little bit of burning and I thought, no, the recipe told me to leave it in there for 45 minutes. I'm going to leave it in there for 45 minutes, damn it. It's okay, I'm gonna cover it with icing. It's just very lumpy. That doesn't look nice. I'm gonna try a little bit, so hot, so hot, so hot. Let's see what I need for the icing and whether I can make it work. 5 tablespoons coconut oil, 5 tablespoons canola oil, 1/3 cup of maple syrup. And even that's all I have left, so I hope that's 1/3 cup. Nut butter, always in bountiful supply in this house. 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. I still have these dark chocolate chips from the first bake, so I thought I could fashion squares. I think it's an amount. It's not, I mean, it's melting, so it's, yeah, they don't need to be, I don't need to fashion them into squares. I'm giving myself more work than is necessary. This is cooled a bit. It's okay, it's just a bit tasteless. Well, thing is we don't have coconut oil. Still dripping. Peanuts are fatty, so I'm gonna put a little bit more than it's in. There's still a little bit in the box as well. This is old. It's meant to be half a cup of cocoa powder. Ooh, icing sugar. I can substitute icing sugar. That'll totally work. It's got icing in the name. Oh crap, I am burning cocoa powder on the hob with precious, precious cacao. But it says smooth paste, but I got crunchy peanut butter. So it's never going to be completely smooth, but we can do our darndest. I need to put that back in the tin, because otherwise the icing bounce. It's okay, I didn't put it in the sink already. Not wet, very wet. Well, ha, I used a metal spoon. I'm an idiot. That is making a breakthrough. Some might say that is iced. Some might say that is a pool of liquid atop a solid. Who can be sure? Look at it, it's so shiny. In a good way, unlike my face. I'm gonna let it cool to room temperature as is. Then I'm gonna put it in the fridge. Maybe the icing will set, and then I will try some. Okay, I was trying to wait for this light situation to rectify, but after an entire day of cloud and rain, now the sun's decided to come out in the evening time, so whatever. Okay, the icing is still pretty liquidy, but then again we have no idea whether it was ever gonna set, so beautiful. Oh, look at it! Illuminated by the sunlight, just as God intended. That was a bit with just the brownie, no icing, and I'm underwhelmed. I would come closer, but if I come closer, this happens, and this is not something anyone wants to watch. If I stand at this really awkward angle, I can avoid the sun. Great. With the icing, or pseudo icing on top, it's not bad. It's not great though. Well, I've retreated. Thank you for joining me for another Beano's Bad Bakes. I hope you're having fun. I'm choking on my own bakes, which is karma. If you would like to join me for more inevitable baking disasters, please do subscribe, and I will see you again next time.